Nothing Phone 2 images unveiled, Pixel 8 Pro leaks, and are we getting new iOS 17 betas today? All that and more on today's Tech News. Google has finally updated Google Messages for the web. This update allows you to reply in direct messages to users. Now, this feature has been available on Android for quite some time with RCS. So the fact that it's now come to the web just brings that integration a little bit more seamlessly. So it's good to see that Google is doing this. This is something that Apple has done for quite some time, is bring that integration across all its products. Whilst the Nothing Phone 2 has not officially launched yet, that hasn't stopped CarPay from teasing out some new images on Twitter and via 9to5Google. Now, the new images taken by the Phone 2 shows an improvement over the Phone 1's processing power. Now, it will be interesting to see that when this actual device is launched, obviously the design of the phone itself, to see how much has changed compared to the Phone 1, but also to see what has actually changed in regards to the software experience as well. Now, if the processing is anything to go by, then that's already a step up. And it'll also be interesting to see if that processing power comes to the Phone 1, or if the hardware integration has actually changed dramatically on the camera for that to make any sort of difference as well. Now, the Phone 2 is expected to launch on July 11th, so stay tuned for that one. So, over the weekend, Elon Musk decided to set rate limits for Twitter users. They say this is regards to blocking, scraping of Twitter itself and the database. So it'll be interesting to see if that actually has any effects. So what you now get is, if you are a new unverified account, then you can see a total limit of 300 posts per day. If you are not new and an unverified account, you can have 600 posts a day. And if you are a verified account, so basically you're paying for Twitter Blue, then you can see up to 6,000 posts per day. Now, this is the first social media company that I know of that's actually set a limit of how much time you can be on there. And in some ways, I think that's not a bad thing, because that makes it easier for you to leave Twitter for the day and go about and enjoy your day. Twitter has become quite a toxic place over the years, and certainly since Elon's taken over, my Twitter feed is more spam bots than ever. And to be honest, I quite like Twitter. I had a pretty decent experience compared to most other people, and I put that a lot down to the people I followed. But since Elon's taken over, the spam bots and the porn links on there is just ridiculous. And it'll be interesting to see how this actually affects people using Twitter. And if this continues, obviously with a drop off, I'm sure that those limits will soon be changed by Elon. Now, anyone who's been following Shortcuts for a number of years now will know that before it was Shortcuts and integrated by Apple, it was Workflow. And then Apple came in and acquired the company, and then it spun it out as into Shortcuts. Now, Workflow has been around for quite some time before Apple actually acquired it in 2017. And now the co-founder then went on to work with Apple and made Shortcuts what it is today. And in fairness, it's a fantastic tool. If you know what you're doing, there are plenty of guides out there. There was a TikTok trend, I'd say about a year or two ago, where people were starting to theme their icons using the shortcuts as well. Well, the co-founder has now decided that he's going to be departing Apple. He hasn't given his full reasons why. He just says that he is going to miss working with the company. He hasn't said anything about a fallout or anything like that, but he's going to be going on to work on other ideas as well. So it'll be interesting to see where this actually leads. Now, the co-founder actually put out his departure notice on Mastodon. Now, that just follows on from our Twitter story where people are actually leaving Twitter more and more. So I'll put a link in the description to that post as well. Now, just on a bit of a different note, really, I started listening to an audiobook by Freaky Clown, and it's basically titled How I Robbed the Bank, and it goes on about the social engineering that this gentleman does with his business. So if you're into anything like this, then definitely check that out. I'll leave a link in the description to this book for you to give it a try. You can obviously purchase it and read it, or you can listen to it on Audible as well. And so far, I'm about 20 chapters in, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Chapters themselves are not too long, so it makes listening on the go in shorter chunks a lot easier as well. So if you're into something like that, then make sure you check that out. About an hour ago, a user tweeted out a picture of the Apple Beta software program website that actually down and it said we'll be back. We're busy updating the Apple developer website and we'll be back soon. So this could indicate that we may see beta 3 of iOS 17 today with a public beta 1 either this evening or tomorrow. So get ready to see all the tweets and messages go out regarding that if that actually does happen. Now, obviously, with these devices, it is a little bit harder now to go back. So always make sure you run it on test devices and not your main device that you require regular use and to be actually not buggy. And if you are running the software and you do come across bugs, make sure you report it to Apple so they can get that fixed before September. Today we've seen the first glimpse of the Pixel 8 Pro unveiled in authentic images, and these popped up on Reddit, which is something that we are quite used to at the moment. Now the images show a glimpse of the fast boot screen, which is got a familiar code name Husky is displayed on there, and it says that the specifications include 12 gigabytes of Samsung RAM and 128 gig storage capacity. Now, the images have since been deleted from Reddit, but on realmecentral.com there are images on there as well. So if you want to take a look, I'll include a link in the description. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening, and I will catch you on the next one.